Chat, you're locking in with KC, and I will point out that leaves Shogun alone on the side of BDS. So large odds for BDS to go up against here if our predictions have anything to say with it, but our match is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, grand finals have arrived. It's BDS versus the Blue Wall. There's really not much to say here, but get ready. We have Cole and Stumpy ready to light up the field with our grand finalists, BDS versus K-Corp.
2 weeks ago, we confidently proclaimed that EU now had its very own Big Four. But now, Stumpy, are Karmine Corp on the cusp of putting themselves above even those?
It's going to be a massive stamp of dominance if they're able to take it past a BDS that looked on fire versus Oxygen. And this is a grudge match, bear in mind, of last Regionals semi-finals. That was a best-of-7 reverse sweep for Karmine Corp over BDS. They managed to win 3 on a trot and then couldn't secure a single one in the next 4 attempts. Karmine Corp, they don't want it to be that close, and Rise starting off the scoring for the blue.
It's a reverse of what we saw earlier on in the semi-final when they were a goal down in 2 or so seconds. This time from another kickoff play, the complete opposite. Rise doing what he's been doing, it seems, for generations now, Stumpy. The simple task of putting the ball in the net.
And we've seen a good few times as well where Karmine Corp have got so many kickoff strats. Like Pharaoh was saying yesterday, he's like, nah, it's all random. And then literally did the IRL
no chance.
Cheeky, like, tongue out emoji where he's just like, no, we've got a lot going on. So definitely going to be seeing a lot coming out from Karmine Corp here. And BDS, they're playing somewhat reactively to it. We saw it in the last series as well, having to react to what is going to be going on from their opposition. But Karmine Corp certainly on the front foot to start this one.
Yeah, well, for BDS, they've got their own box of tricks, and Drali, the player who's joined them most recently, is at the forefront of that. He's been looking sublime for them, you know, especially considering he comes into the RLCS as a new player with BDS to get reverse swept in that first semi and to make it back to a grand final, showing themselves to have that mentality.
We'll look at the strength of these two teams as well across the regionals so far. When you look at the goals, score and assists, every single one has number 1 and number 2 as either a BDS player or a Karmine Corp player. They are smothering the top end of the boards. This is our 2 best teams in this regional so far. Rise setting up a tier on that chance, comes down, trying to spike it past Monkey Moon and Exotic, isn't quite able to. And now Drali on the push in the opposite blue half, takes it away from anybody on his team. Vitera can clear. Now Atto in the midfield to try and make something magical for the Blues.
Karmine Corp, who now have a slight monkey off their back in the sense that they have made it to Copenhagen. That is guaranteed. So playing with house money here, but they will of course still feel the pressure from Team BDS, especially with passing plays like that.
From one end of the pitch to the other, midfield finds Drali, finds Monkey Moon, finds corner, Exotic, and then success at the end. We saw it from Rise's perspective. Exotic came out of nowhere to strike it right from above him. And bear in mind that, yes, you talk about KC, they've already made the major. They're still, you know, trying to make it through. They've got that number 1 seeding going through already in the event, I believe. I might be corrected on that. But BDS, if they get the win here, they basically are going to clinch the major by just making Swiss in the next open qualifier. So not too much pressure. They've done it twice already so far, but there's still that little percentage, but a win would put them well on their way to a guaranteed spot.
I always love this stage of the splits when you're starting to get major implications. From every result, every goal can change so much. The dominoes fall or are re-raised in certain combinations. Drali comes forward. Atto is waiting. He's been so good the last couple of days, but he's been defending there. Monkey Moon to the backboard. He is looking alive right now. He's looking happy with his team. Drali, it's a bit of a wasted shot right there, but more BDS tippy-tap shots.
Halfway through the game, our team's completely on parity with each other. Drali now challenging in that blue box. Ball ends up falling towards Rise. No boost for Drali. Was hoping that mid boost was going to spawn. Instead, Rise goes towards that side wall. Boosts up instead of going to the wall. Wants to get there as quick as he can. Exotic over the top. Drali's going to receive. Only Rise to beat. It's near target. Anyone to shoot. Who else but Monkey Moon?
Look at the pace here from Drali. Look at the confidence. Exotic. He beat his man, and Drali was pretty much already up. A double beat there for Team BDS. And they are showing, as they should, no respect to this monolithic Karmine Corp right now.
Yeah, KC, we've seen how well they've gone through so far, and we spoke to them previously, or spoke about them rather, in the previous series when they were playing against Magnifico. The demo leads to nothing, unfortunately, for Karmine Corp, and they don't want to be demoed out of the event. Ha ha ha. as you know, we've seen before that with the G2s, with everybody else leading our regions, they are wanting to make sure that they do not get beaten in the main events.
Yeah, they're wanting to, but that's another chance for Team BDS. 2 or 3 occasions we've seen clean shooting opportunities, and the finishing hasn't quite been there. So despite this lead, it's not been perfect from Team BDS, which I'm sure Karmine Corp will take some heart in, but this is, as you said, Stumpy, on the day, the hardest competition that Karmine Corp have been up against. Steamrolling through everyone. I can't see them steamrolling through Team BDS based on the opening 3.5 minutes of this grand finals, which excites me. Highest level of Rocket League seen so far in this competition, happening all the way here at the death as Vatira has Rise to his right. How many times have we said that over the years? Rise almost completes the job. Could have connected, but couldn't quite. Atto comes in, though, gets the double. It should be saved. And Exotic sends it to even more safety.
The Karmine Corp press coming through as Rise pre-jumps on that, but Drali from the backboard still intercepts. Now Atto versus Drali at the back. Battle for the newcomers to their team. Exotic can't quite tap in as Vatira is the man to make contact first. Drali now diving back, does clear the ball away. We are under 1 minute remaining in game number 1. Rise challenged by Exotic early. No chance until a couple of whiffs come in. Exotic then has to go for it high as Drali challenges low, and Karmine Corp, they start to swarm. Nothing from it yet, and 20 seconds gone.
Rise, though, puts it into the corner. Monkey Moon is already up there, beats it away. Karmine Corp, they've not gone behind in series so far in this single elimination playoffs, and they still might not. It falls to Atto, and he makes no mistake.
30 seconds remaining, and from that pinch, Rise fakes. That's almost everything. It's a combination goal of everything that we have seen so far throughout our teams. It was a pinch into a pass, which ended up being a fake, which we've seen a lot in the air, and then finally that shot coming through. An equalizer for Karmine Corp, and BDS need to make sure that does not ruin their momentum.
You suspect that BDS have to stand up tall for the next 20 seconds. Karmine Corp will smell blood as Vatira puts it into the center. Wants to juke it between them all. Not quite done this time. Monkey Moon has to get some boost, but he gets those reinforcements. It's looking like they're going to have to be holding on now. Vatira, another demo comes in from Atto! And Rise stabs into the heart.
A late winner, potentially, with Vatira avoiding the ball. Fakes out the flip reset as well. Bottom corner found for Rise. But 6 seconds. BDS going up against one of the best kickoff teams in Europe. A chance for them to upset. With Atto taking it very safely towards the side. Nobody being too crazy on the side of Karmine Corp. That one pinching long is going to hit the ground. Karmine Corp delivered the first Game 1 loss to BDS this entire regional.
They are mentality monsters, Karmine Corp. They were, what, 50-odd seconds away from losing that one, end up winning it before overtime.
In regulation.
Even when they got the equalizer, you suspected something that wasn't going to be enough for them, and indeed, that's how it proved.
I mean, BDS, they didn't exactly let it go either at the end of that series. It was just a different style of play coming from Karmine Corp. It then became almost like they warmed back into that game. Normally, it takes some teams a couple of games to get into it, but then you look at the quality of goals that we had from BDS, a double beat, as you said at the time, that gave BDS the lead. And then finally, at 30 seconds in, a fake from Rise off the pinch, Atto secures. And then the final 6 seconds left, Vatira completely faking out that flip reset. Open for Rise. KC, 3-2 in regulation.
These aerial fakes, I mean, how on earth do you defend against them? When you have Rise going up, you have to cover the backboard, you have to cover the goal, right? He can just choose what he wants to do. I feel like you have to almost get the charge down in before the ball pops up. You have to preempt it.
But then that's also why we're seeing so many pre-jumps coming in as well. It's a very, it's an evolutionary arms race of plays going on right now with pre-jumps into then also aerial fakes and also sending either 2 men to the ball or making sure, very nice fake kickoff too, but it does get pressure over towards that BDS side. But now Atto has boost, a lot of boost on the side of Karmine Corp.
Charlie was so close to being clobbered out the sky there by Vatira. Rise does the same to his teammate. And Karmine Corp just continuing to toy. It's 0-0. You're 18 seconds into Game 2 in a grand final. We've already seen 2 air bump attempts and a fake kickoff. Just fearless from them.
30 seconds in, the quality maintains its absolute heights that we've seen so far. But the pressure falling towards BDS. Nobody really taking the initiative on it and gives Vatira a decent amount of space, but one bumped out the sky. Atto now to the ground, catches, flicks over the top, but Drali reading it wonderfully. That back corner is going to fall now towards Vatira. A touch from Atto, can't quite come in until then he gets the somehow inverted dunk on the BDS player in the midfield.
Nice touch there from Monkey Moon to give Charlie just a sniff at something. He won't be able to get the second touch because Vatira is shepherding. Then managed to get it past a couple. Rise helps out. I'm not sure Vatira wanted him there. So the ball does fall to Monkey Moon. Team BDS, how they would love a goal. What that could do to their mentality right now, because Karmine Corp, no matter how good the team composition is, they grind it out of you. They almost grinded away an own goal there from their defending as Monkey Moon charges that one down in the air. BDS stepping up now in game 2 after Karmine Corp having it their own way.
And making sure that BDS are trying to ground as many of their opposition into dust. We've seen demos now starting to come through, and Atto responding with one on Monkey Moon. Vatira to the ceiling with the reset, and then the double Vatira. Grand final magic.
He just kept on going. First the flip reset bounces off the ceiling, passes Charlie, rises there as well for some reason. Why not? Vatira's got you covered, pal. What a goal that is. What a stunner.
Stunning grand final goal to open it as well. Before anybody on BDS has got over 50 points as well. What dominance we've seen from this game 1 so far. And Vatira going for yet another shot. And I say dominance just purely by the fact they've got that goal. Atto can't quite drop it low enough. BDS have had a great push. They've had 3 shots on target. But now it falls back down towards Vatira. No chance for him to work it past the defender. Now Drali, left-hand side with 3 boosts. Nothing can come from it. And then Rise comes in. A double tap, potentially no. Exotic shutting it down.
Team BDS doing just about enough to avoid going 2-0 behind. I thought that was going to be Rise. Had a real open shot there. It could still happen. No, the 2 of them on the goal line. BDS holding out for as long as they possibly can. Have to get these touches. That miss from Atto will help. Drali steaming in. He'll steal the boost as well. So a chance for a
good demo.
Especially with that demo. Monkey Moon can't quite shoot on time. Now his Exotic. Drali's arriving. He's going to want to put it into the back of the net here. Again, not quite there. Karmine Corp, of course, can defend well as well. This is where Team BDS want the ball.
I can't help but think that KC maybe could have scored on that chance. Not just with the pass, but when it was completely open. The touch from Vatira, I believe, on the backboard just came out a little bit too far. But yeah, BDS, they got a good chance to make sure that they were able to chase a couple more chances over in that blue side. Atto with 1, can't get it around Monkey Moon as he taps it low. Vatira now up high, dodges a demo from Exotic, lures 2 into the play, drops it low, a miss from Exotic, double players again from the backboard. Monkey Moon and Charlie, fake, bumped, completely deceived!
You just knew! When Atto went up, he had Rise in front of him. He hunts down Monkey Moon, then he turns his attention to Exotic. He's trying to snake his way around, but my goodness, it's cruelty yet again.
That was gorgeous play. Every single player on Karmine Corp involved with the Atto Musty, which he's definitely been doing more and more. Maybe, you know, somebody on Vatira's team always has to be doing those late game musties. We've seen Joy approves to do it whenever he gets a little bit confident in a game. But Atto now sending it central again, and BDS having to chase 2 goals.
Atto's gonna try and turn that into 3 right now. Rise once more, lingering underneath the Team BDS defense, but that's a better clearance from Monkey Moon. Exotic should be able to connect, but can't quite do it. The more pressure that Karmine Corp exert upon you, the harder these sort of half chances become as Rise comes forward again, almost fakes them all out. The amount of time, Stumpy, we're seeing 3 BDS players have to dive at the same ball because Karmine Corp are just tearing them to shreds.
But now Drali tries to find one off the ceiling with the pass. It's just shy of the goal. Goes off the crossbar. Monkey Moon chases it back. Actually takes the ball completely away from Atto. Very thankful for him to be there if you're a BDS supporter. Up high with 1 minute left. An air dribble. Doesn't go much further than Vatira. Atto, goal line, manages to get that save away. Only just into the corner. Now Vatira setting it high right side. Drali an interception. Ceiling, a reset. Another reset onto the backboard. Who's going to be there? Vatira. Defense after defense, and this show from KC is that blue wall that we relish so much.
Rise sends this one long. Karmine Corp 33 seconds away from making this a long, long way back for Team BDS.
Great
Exotic tries to tee up Drali. It was good enough. It was scary for Drali, but Drali had the mechanics to make the most from it. And now Atto can just steal some more seconds away. Vatira's up. They don't even need to score, Stumpy. They just have to try and keep BDS at arm's length for not too much longer. Atto doesn't even need the flip reset. Rise is taken
Final
out.
10.
Who cares, say Karmine Corp. 8 seconds left. We can keep you out for this long. We can keep you out for a few more seconds. It's going to be 2-0 to Karmine Corp. And Team BDS are struggling to lay a glove.
After that late game win that we saw from Karmine Corp in game number 1, I am now not surprised that we are seeing a timeout coming from BDS. It is exactly what they need. Again, not going to keep preaching. 2-game loss, Get a timeout going. Make sure that you can have that little bit of a buffer game. But my word, the quality of goal that we saw from Karmine Corp was astounding there. Vatira on that solo play all the way down the pitch, one of the highlights of the weekend. And then you see the goal coming through, this one. Atto goes up high, gets onto the musty with the reset, and Rise is just bumping as many BDS players out the way as he humanly can.
The Rise homing missile is turning into one of my favorite assets of this Karmine Corp squad. You know, just when you think you've kept them away, you've double committed in a good way, I guess, when you're defending on the goal line, got the ball away, got some boost again. Suddenly you look up and Rise going da-da, da-da, and just turning around and staring you down. That's what they've got to talk through, Stumpy. That's what Team BDS have to deal with.
Yeah.
I am running out of ideas how.
I mean, realistically, they have got the winning formula on their side. They know that the game plan that they have of being aggressive does work. But then you talk about the aggression of both of these teams, and then you look at it statistically. BDS so far have got the best defense for the event. They've got the lowest number of goals against, and then they've got the third highest shots against. So they're taking shots against them so infrequently, and then they're having being scored upon even less frequently. And then Karmine Corp on the other side have got near enough the best offense in this event so far. They're number 1 in goals and then number 3 in shots. They are putting on a staggering number that BDS are largely keeping out. But you need to win on the offensive capability of your team, and BDS showed that against Oxygen, handily dispatching them.
Karmine Corp, who, as we said at the top of this, are trying to proclaim themselves as the sole kings of Europe. So far, challenges are falling one by one. Team BDS, a couple of games in, seem to be doing the same. But how powerful will this tactical timeout be?
Professional play so far from both sides. KC just getting the edge in both of our games. BDS thinking, no, they should have won that first one. Maybe this should be 1-1 in the series. Doesn't matter. Be like the bloke in the background. Clap. Get yourselves awake. Be as present in this series as you humanly can, as you have been in the event. Keep pressuring Karmine Corp and give us more games to enjoy.
BDS, it's all on you. Can you make this happen? That's a good start from Exotic. Can he follow it up? He wants to just try and track Atto's touch. A bit of pace, a bit of creation from them. I want to see all of them in the Karmine Corp half really try and make them struggle. They get in each other's way, but it worms its way in and the buff works.
Pinch in top corner. Thank you very much, says Monkey Moon. Atto and Vatira bumping each other respectively. And then Monkey Moon, not even a pinch, just managing to slot it the opposite side, straight out of reach. 22 seconds in, a BDS lead.
We've seen this before, though, where BDS have taken the lead and Karmine Corp, and Karmine Corp have done something funky from the kickoff. Not this time, just the default, but it does allow Rise in. Atto wants to get the double, can't quite do it. Exotic, lovely little play, letting the ball run across his body so he can brilliant. It up. And then here he is again. Exotic is coming online.
A man on fire, Exotic, in this entire event so far. Flicks it high, forces Vatira, forces Rise as well to make a decision and then shy away from it, and he can then carry on. We've seen how much KC go for these pre-jumps. If you can use that against them, that's what BDS need to do. Force them to go for it, and then read the awkward touch that they are going to be pushed into doing. And a double kickoff coming for KC here. No big pressure built, but we know the arsenal that they have in the kickoffs.
Once again, Exotic pre-flipping into that challenge there, forcing it out wide, exactly where Team BDS want it, where Monkey Moon is waiting and lingering. As a pass into the center if he can find it. Exotic's up yet again. Think of the amount of clean strikes Exotic is getting. He needs Charlie to help him out there, though. And he does with aplomb. A couple of touches, 17 boosts left as well. I wonder if that will come in helpful. He's just waiting for this ball. Enough to go for it and clear BDS's lines.
Vatira up high with a miss. Didn't have enough boost. Maybe thought I'm not going to do anything with it anyway. Goes central, tries to find Atto. But defense strong enough. Charlie with a lovely fake out, then gets control, gets pressure. Playing for BDS here into the corner. Will there be a double touch? And gets shut down by Vatira on that chance, and then Exotic sent to that scrapyard.
So wants to go over the top of Drali. He almost manages it, but not quite there. Drali is performing admirably defensively, only 22 points to his name, but certainly performing much better than that as far as my eye test goes, at least. And so we all know he's performing better than maybe anyone in this tournament, but Drali is winning that ball yet again. All three Team BDS players on the left wing waiting to see what Vatira is going to do. The answer to that question is try and tee himself up. And it falls to Rise. BDS, a great uptick now.
And Rise making sure that he shows his former team, the one that he left to come to KC4, that KC was absolutely the right shout for him. And he said there is no world where I change from the blue wall. And I absolutely believe him. This really does feel like it's going to be his home for the foreseeable future. And it's wonderful to see.
Yeah, it is. Of course, on the other end, Exotic was playing with Karmine Corp last season. They dropped him. So the fact that he's the player for Team BDS now, who really is coming online and waking up,
it's brilliant.
Sign for him, but Vatira goes to the ceiling. It's a great first touch. Then he gets the bump. Oh my goodness, they're all involved. None of them can get a touch until Rise steams in and scores.
A conveyor belt coming through for Karmine Corp. Vatira up high, bumps 2 out of the way. Drali with a miss. And Rise on the relatively open net, a clopen net, I believe they call it in OCE. CJ was teaching me yesterday. It's a close open one. And that is now 1 back for KC. Alarm bells maybe ringing in BDS's heads when you look back at what happened in the first game.
Ooh, Atto is getting past another couple. So dominant on the floor. Monkey Moon is the final man in front of him. Almost gets past him as well. Steals the boost too. So much good work done by Atto. Karmine Corp found themselves 2 goals down. Now that's halved already, and plenty of games still to play. BDS, you feel, have to hold out in this game, or this one may well be over. Monkey Moon, it's over the top of Rise. Vatira's waiting in there. Karmine Corp never too soon to leave their lines when they're defending. A patient team on top of everything else. Rise, I am finding, Stumpy, is that Karmine Corp are running out of boost a lot more. BDS are beginning to starve them.
Yeah, and we just saw there, basically all of them had about 30 combined. But now Vatira steals boost, gets the demo for double effect, then gets another bump, and then Rise can't tap it in! Neither can Vatira! Who's going to be there next? Is Monkey Moon to save it away? A blunder from Karmine Corp!
Yeah, but it was after their favourite party trick, but Team BDS do get away with it. What will that do to their spirit? Atto into the centre, and Exotic was waiting for it! I thought for a minute that one would be going in, couldn't quite get the connection that he needed. But now Rise, again using all of his boost. What can he do with it? Towards Vatira it goes. Monkey Moon should be tracking this one. Monkey Moon misses though, but it's only as far as Drali. Atto towards the centre, into the corner this time. Wants to get the redirect, can't quite get it up, but Monkey Moon completely whiffs. Only onto the roof of Drali. And again! Then he gets the dunk. He meant it. We're all good.
3 in a row for Monkey Moon. Hopefully it's not going to become endemic. But nothing for BDS. It did not lead to any goals, but you don't want to be seeing that in a grand final. Absolutely not. Under a minute remaining. Exotic now, right-hand side. Strong man for BDS. This lead so far maintaining. Rise tries to go for a bump, doesn't land a touch on anybody. Continues going bump for Atto, not enough boost.
Karmine Corp using this bump meta a bit too often in the
What's happening?
BDS are waiting because they're not sure whether to go for the ball or not, because Karmine Corp never make it clear what they're attempting.
A fake after fake after fake, followed by a miss, followed by a couple more misses, and then a beautiful bit of tiki-taka in the orange half. KC, draw us level, 30 seconds remaining, and we can hear echoes of game 1 in our minds.
I think that Karmine Corp can hear echoes of last regional as well, the one that they were victorious in. They did 6 games last time against Gentlemates. Could be even better this time. They have to take this game first. Rise, he booms it long and follows it up yet again. Just kicking this hornet's nest of the BDS defense over and over, fearlessly, tirelessly. But here come Team BDS. Rise into the corner. Exotic is waiting. He goes for the pass. It's the right decision. Moon scores!
Phenomenal play for BDS. We see a passing play to get KC back in it, and then another to send them straight back out. Exotic relieves the ball to Monkey Moon. Vatira awkward post driving. Can't jump up. BDS, a late winner potentially, but the final 5 seconds. We've seen what 6 seconds can do. A double fake kickoff. It will not be what Karmine Corp wanted. Now Drali just to the floor and you get the win. He will secure it. BDS get their first in grand.
And they get it by holding their nerves, Stumpy. They are realizing that Karmine Corp aren't this usual predictable style of attack. You know, it's not an infield pass and a shoot. It's an infield pass, 3 fakes, a demo, rotation, get 100 boost, and then shoot. Oh no, I faked again, right? What they're trying to do is predict when Karmine Corp are doing their brand new Karmine Corp thing. When it doesn't work, it looks silly like the equalizer. But when it does, they get that counter attack, and that's how they got the late goal.
We did see a good few misses, though, towards the end of that game specifically, where before they seemed to be followed up by actual shots and actual chances to make a play happen. We saw maybe the sweat getting the better of all of the players. That goal from Atto is wonderful, though. Manages to get the touch underneath. And again, a pass across, a bump as well in the middle of all of that. to get another Karmine Corp player out the way, reduce congestion. Great play from both teams, but both absolutely fallible in the last minute and a half.
Yeah, it's a scrappy old victory there for Team BDS. I do maintain that it's the theory, it's something they're trying. It doesn't look particularly clean, though, and I do wonder if Team BDS are going to take that blueprint into this next game, or if they're going to try and exert themselves, try and actually dominate this game, because they are capable of doing that. You know, with the momentum swing of getting that game, Stumpy, they can make Karmine Corp sweat. They were 3-0 up in the last semi-finals. Now, they've got their game. I want to see them do exactly that.
Time for them to wrestle a couple more from it and potentially rip that trophy out of Karmine Corp's hands. Atto now, one reset, goes middle with it, and Drali then just to pump it long. Only one boost to his name. Vatira then finds it back towards Drali, who chased that ball all the way down into the blue half. And Karmine Corp definitely looking to have another explosive start to their game if it can go their way.
And the reason for that, there was another delayed kickoff, followed up and cheated so aggressively as well. So from every kickoff, Karmine Corp are having pretty much a huge advantage. We've got an even bigger advantage after that. Exotic, can he get back? He does just.
That comes with a Monkey Moon back pass as well. Didn't mean it at all. Tried to get a touch towards that blue half. Instead, it absolutely flings off him. Atto bouncing it over the top. Monkey Moon is going to be the saviour on this attempt, pinching towards the other side of the pitch. This ball not finding its home or any alliance in either side. And then a shot ripped on net by Exotic. BDS a lead.
Here he is again, Exotic. Clean finishing has taken Karmine Corp to major victories before. They turned away from him, thought they needed more, but he has always got that in his locker, always ready to strike when the opportunity hits.
Exotic really looking like the player to watch over on BDS's side. Historically, that's been any amount of the others. But Exotic, you're right, the former KC man. Minute has now passed, and Drali wanting to cause chaos on that back line. Takes it out of the reach of Exotic, however, that pass did them well previously, where he got a little awkward touch. Rise sees one in the middle, and then banks on the fact he'd be challenged that way as well, so then can then get a 50 into the corner, but the ball still falls over towards BDS. Vatira, left wall, takes it solo, takes it to the ground, wants to go for the bump, as does Atto, only gets Vatira. A reset from Rise, a fake from Rise, a shot from Rise, but a save. BDS stay firm.
That was way nervier than it had any right to be. It seemed that BDS had suppressed the danger, but Karmine Corp somehow turned it into something down the other end. Here's Team BDS trying to do the same. Not quite on target on that occasion. Vatira comes forward now. BDS are back, a bank of 3, able to hopefully keep this ball away, at least for now. Try and keep their lead for a little bit. Try and make Karmine Corp sweat. Rise gets it past one of them, but... well, I was going to say they're dealing with this much better, but they're being a little bit passive, whether it's by design or accidentally.
I mean, I think they knew that Rise didn't have any boost there, but equally, you see loads of fake boost plays where you think, okay, he's out, we can take it a little bit slower. Rise, in that instance, might have had 40 in the tank, and BDS wouldn't have known, but they took that risk. Now Rise on that right-hand side now does have boost, 70 to his name, but gets challenged. Monkey Moon now sending it long. That's going to be on target, but Vatira handily sending it away easily. Rise misses. Atto does receive it. A reset over one. Pitches for the bump, but Monkey Moon yet again standing as firm as he can.
Great read as well from Monkey Moon there. Atto was almost found by Vatira, but Monkey Moon nipped it in the way just to once more send Karmine Corp back. Here he is again, getting in the way of everything, intercepting all over the place. Can't block that one though from Vatira. Not quite got the angle, but what a clean touch that was.
Just Exotic.
Now Vatira waits to see if Atto's going to win it. He doesn't. It's Monkey Moon yet again. He is hungry, but he gets too little on the ball that time.
Exotic has been the defensive man in this game for sure. He's made sure that he rotates back a little bit further than he has done previously, but then will happily come up to try and take a bite of that cherry if he is able to, as we saw for that first goal. 2 minutes remaining. Drali over one, but Atto's going to snuff out that attempt. The backboard is his, but very awkwardly takes it away from his own player.
Team BDS out shooting Karmine Corp right now by 6 shots to 4, make it 7. Another big save comes in from Vatira. Atto just can't quite break them down right now. These touches that before were eluding Team BDS's defense, they're sitting a bit further back, just playing that slightly more passive. And Karmine Corp, they have to come to grips with the change in tactics.
These demolitions now starting to rain in for BDS. They're locked and loaded. And Vatira wants to return fire. Exotic is on target with it, but Atto across the net can keep that one out. Still only that one goal lead. Monkey Moon being one off target. Drali shies away from that challenge intelligently. Down the midfield, it does fall towards Karmine Corp to take full control over to the ceiling. Gets bumped. Vatira then recovers. A pass central from Rise. And now it's Monkey Moon versus 2. But with no boost, he won't get too far till Drali and Exotic step in. But neither can actually accept who should take control of that ball. And a shot on target for Karmine Corp. Does roll a little bit too slowly.
Rise tees up Vatira. It almost sprays over the top of Drali. Drali has to stay as tall as possible. Can't quite force it in yet again. 45 seconds left. Karmine Corp finally beginning to knock on the door. Can they make this happen? They're sent back yet again. Exotic has the lead. Vatira with the wonder save.
That would have been a chance for that 2-0 for BDS. Now Atto finds Vatira, who's going to be midfield for it. It's Rise, but with a miss. It then falls down towards Drali. The 3 players from BDS moving forward. Monkey Moon faking out Rise, going low underneath Atto. Vatira to receive. 15 seconds. We've seen late game wonders from Karmine Corp.
Vatira's still on the 100 boost. Rise, he has the shooting chance. Atto is still there. Where is Vatira? When is he coming in? He's waiting, but the opportunity just not coming. BDS send it away yet again. Rise tees up one more chance. Exotic says no, at least for now.
Rise now up high with enough boost to get some real distance on it. Vatira is up next. The one, the second, but nobody central for that pass. And BDS, by the skin of their teeth in the final minute, do secure that game. And Cog, you said where's Vatira for that shot? He went in for the shot, but it was taken away from him by a teammate who got the reset and then just flicked it past. If there was a little bit more communication, maybe Karmine Corp score there, but BDS stayed firm on their goal. They showed off why they are the #1 defense in this event so far.
Yeah, and you have to be to get a clean sheet against Karmine Corp, especially when they have, 8 shots? Takes something incredibly special. They scored after 55 seconds, Stumpy, and then just held out Karmine Corp for the rest of it.
And Karmine Corp are going to be taking that time out. They've now lost 2 games. It's scary times when you look towards the end of this series.
What a save that was.
Karmine Corp have already secured that major, but BDS, they are still vying for their spot.
I'm just looking back at these highlights now, and Vatira making that save just to keep things as terrifying as possible for Team BDS all the way to the end. Keep those heart rates up, the adrenaline pumping, so when Karmine Corp then do take their tactical timeout, BDS are sort of trapped in this limbo of still ready to go but having to wait. It must be horrible.
Ferrer standing behind Karmine Corp now, making sure that his words are getting through to the boys, that he keeps them cool, calm, collected, and ready to make sure that game number 5 is going to be going their way. They have a game plan. I think out of any team in Europe, you look at game plans and you look at who formulates them, and Ferrer has been the man behind, the genius of so many teams historically. Vitality before Karmine Corp, of course, and then on Karmine Corp, making sure that when you look at When you look at your coach be making good decisions, you can see the vision that he has in his mind. He can get that through to the 3 players on KC.
Well, Ferrer has another 30 seconds with his team to try and springboard them to his personal, as a coach, 7th RLCS event win in a row, including majors, including world championships. Now we're here, back online, but it doesn't feel any lower pressure. You know, you still have all these eyes watching you. You are still locked in to competitive 3v3 matchup. Who do you favour here, Stumpy?
This is completely split down the middle. And what a brilliant performance from both teams to make it split down the middle too. They went through both of their semi-finals 4-1. They took a bullet in the arm, but then they continue to fight through. And it's definitely going to be interesting. Whoever takes game number 5 puts them on that series championship tournament point, whatever you want to call it. And early chances falling already to BDS.
Yeah, that's where you want Exotic as well, having those clean shots. Vatira, that's where you certainly want him. The redirects, the fancy plays. 2 chances, 1 for each team. Both go begging. Monkey Moon maybe doesn't miss this one. BDS are turning this ship around.
And Monkey Moon is going to be at the helm. Exotic sends it over one defender. Monkey Moon on with complete and utter speed. Vatira was near enough on that ball, and yet his lightning fast reactions still couldn't contend with the speed that Monkey Moon shot with.
This is also a complete opposite from the last time these two played. With that reverse sweep, once the momentum went the way of Karmine Corp, BDS couldn't deal with it. This time it's Karmine Corp who took the early lead. BDS, now they have their momentum. Are they able to really just tearing the flesh off their opponents? Exotic puts it wide. It's more good defending from them.
It's a good pinch though, going long. Atto's going to take a sensible and controlled touch. Gets over a defender, goes for the bump on the next. Rise, central, sorry, Vatira central with it. That was completely open.
Yeah, missed a couple of double taps for Tira. Completely unlike him. The serial winner, the serial championship Sundayer. You expect him to sink those all day long. Has to shake himself out of this one, but credit to the way BDS are throwing themselves at everything, making it tricky for Karmine Corp. Tira's going to be sent back to the corner. Exotic, another huge clearance. Another thing BDS are doing very well, actually. When they do get these clean touches, they're making the most of them. Karmine Corp maybe one split second away from scoring, but BDS on top for now. A lovely touch.
Great touch from Drali. Just gets over the top, and Drali is playing a wonderful game so far. He's been an incredible player for BDS, an absolute credit to that team and organisation. And a minute and a half in, he's showing that in game number 5, he's still continuing to show up. Midfield sees Exotic beat out Atto. Rise can take a leisurely stroll away from that ball, gets a very awkward touch around. On target, Monkey Moon to dunk, and it goes in!
Just everything beginning to fall the way of Team BDS. Rise, it looked like he had this covered. It also looked like Drali had missed his opportunity. But Monkey Moon, the 21-22 world champion, gets in there to put that one below the crossbar.
BDS going for not a romp over Karmine Corp, but definitely making sure that they are saying, look, lads, you got the late equalisers, you got the late winners, whatever. We can get these early on, and they've been able to prove that they can hold them to 2-2 in the series. Exotic challenging, very strong in that back half. Atto getting a lovely block from that side wall, quite awkwardly positioned for him. Vatira failing to get a long pinch with 0 boost. He's now going to be in trouble, and look at the boost on Karmine Corp's side. Only Rise has got any.
Karmine Corp, the tactical timeout they've just had, hasn't seemed to have shaken too much life into them. BDS, monsters right now. Rise up against Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon's going to come away with the ball yet again. He is surely most improved player in this series. He had a couple of tough moments earlier, but right now, Karmine Corp can't get past the Monkey Moon.
Halfway through the game, and a touch on sees Exotic now go for a bump on a defender. Clever play, but doesn't get anywhere far. And when's the last time we saw Karmine Corp in that orange half? The ball has been completely isolated. Finally, it gets past. Vatira's on target with it too, and Monkey Moon stretches for the save.
Oh, a lovely touch there as well. To get that ball onto the side, bouncing off the ramp into the center is exactly what I think it was Drali wanted. Monkey Moon wants to tee up Drali. Little half doink there isn't going to be enough to go home. BDS keeping themselves alive even further. Drali has a chance to shoot this one. Preflip gang is here. Monkey Moon shoots, but it's saved.
It caught Atto completely off guard, that touch, and yet he still dealt with it from Monkey Moon. That, however, is completely open, and Exotic leaves nobody behind, no witnesses, as BDS secure 3-0 in Game 5.
Yet again, though, it's because Team BDS are starting to expect Karmine Corp shenanigans. As soon as Vatira came out, Rise thought that he can, I'll get some bumps. I'll make this tricky for them. Exotic predicted it. He essentially pre-jumped Rise's bump, and they're winning kickoffs too. BDS have completely turned this one around. A great pinch from Exotic. Ends up falling for Vatira. Monkey Moon challenges him so quickly, Stumpy.
It's a minute and a half now, and it's Atto seeing Rise central. Tries to find Rise, but Exotic and Drali both committing towards that block. Vatira with only 40 boosts has to shy away from this challenge, which I know he does not like to do at all. Gets 100 boosts at the back. Atto touches on Vatira. I don't think he was expecting that either, but Monkey Moon absolutely was. It's another chance for Drali to come through. Bumps Atto out of the way, makes it awkward. KC are being hounded in their own half.
The amount of boost steals as well that BDS players are having as they're coming out. Drali beating Vatira clearly to the ball. Huge save from Atto. It's going to count for nothing because still it's
4-0. BDS dominance in game number 5, and the angle from Drali forces Atto for the save, who does wonderfully to get it, by the way, but Exotic there again to poach. That is, by the way, that's 13 shots for BDS and only 3 for Karmine Corp.
I would love to know the last time they were dominated like that in shot statistics and in goals as well. Even better, you can shoot all day long. If you don't score from them, it counts for nothing. But BDS have found their finishing boots. Maybe they're finishing this entire tournament as the EU team on the up.
In that back half, though, we've seen these late winners for Karmine Corp, but even at 4-0 down, I'm still not going to count them out. right-hand side. Atto, with every second going by, it just looks more and more likely. Vatira was there for the shot, but Monkey Moon clearing away yet again. Rise with boost, with a reset, with ambition. No touch comes in, and Atto crawls forward a little bit too far. Vatira was removed from the pitch too from a demo. 20 seconds remaining, that's going to be it. BDS take themselves to tournament point.
I mean, the game's over, but Karmine Corp would love a goal for the road here. It would do the world of good for their mentality. And I'm not getting louder and excited because I think all the comeback's on, but I think that matters in the next game.
Mate, if you came out and you said, all right, the comeback's on now, I'd have to kick you from the call. I'm sorry.
I want to test that theory.
I don't think I have admin rights, so you have called my bluff there, unfortunately.
On.
Oh, if only. 3 obviously unable to be come back from, and BDS an astonishing game number 5, the biggest goal difference that we have seen in any of our games so far. Wonderful play from them. That was also after Karmine Corp's timeout. They've broken their timeout after winning their own.
Hugely broken it. They've obliterated their timeout, Stumpy. Just completely made the most from it. Cassio, Coach Cassio, we spoke to him on the show yesterday. You know, the new generation, we've got French pro players that are running rings on everyone else. Apparently, French coaches aren't doing too badly for themselves either, because it clearly has been a tactical masterclass. The way that Team BDS have turned this one around, and the way what was causing them so many troubles before is now starting to work in their advantage. My thought is that Karmine Corp should go a little bit more standard in the next game. You know, just slow down the bumps and the fakes for a second. Play a bit more generic. No, I'm not saying slower. Play quick, play brilliant, go for mechanical plays and that. But just it's become a bit predictable for Team BDS.
Yeah, I think then when you see Karmine Corp and you know that, okay, I'm going to pop it now, and then immediately you're luring somebody in. Sometimes they're getting 2 defenders to come out, and then that means, cool, well, I can pop this, then go for that bump immediately. All of a sudden, there's nobody behind, or maybe there's one player, but then you can take the 50. You're right, it's almost like Karmine Corp have got a flow chart that they're going through of what to do. If ball is popped, go for a pre-jump. BDS, they've got their hands on the book of Karmine Corp.
Coach Ferrer came in to this series on a 6-tournament win streak. He now finds his team 1 game away from losing the EU trophy to Team BDS.
What performance it would be for BDS to do so. Almost every single person on the desk going for Karmine Corp. Chat going for Karmine Corp. I know for a fact there's going to be a very, very big viewing party going on right now from Kometo. And a lot of sad KC fans when they are losing to yet another French team. It does not happen very often. First 30 seconds been very neutral in that midfield, and Ferrer certainly had more words for his team. Rise on target, but Drali, a pretty regulation save from him.
Well, it was a regulation save after he dodged the bump. I think there were 2 attempts, 2 swipes at him, and he hopped over those, skipped to the ball, and then jumped in joy because he got the save. And now here comes Rise down the other end. Karmine Corp stick to their principles and get the opener.
And that's after being shut out until the final 10 seconds of the previous game as well. They'll be very happy with the goal in just 40 seconds. Gives them a nice early lead, and potentially a Game 7 going to be on the horizon for this second regional event as well. Here on Utopia, what a map, what a couple of teams.
I mean, I'd say if I was a BDS fan right now, I'd still be expecting my team to come back the way things are going. Atto gets a save from a mammoth pass from Team BDS, and then the pinch works in Karmine Corp's favour. If they could double their lead, the momentum swing will be complete.
Rise going central with that, but nobody from Karmine Corp there. Instead, a BDS player can clear it long. Atto now down over towards the side of Rise. Vatira has to wait in there, wait to see what happens. Just about gets a skimming touch on it. Sent high, and then Exotic sending Atto completely away. Drali sealing, instead is found out by Vatira, and we're definitely seeing a couple less pre-jumps coming through for Karmine Corp here so far.
Yeah, a few players playing in front of the ball as well. A little bit happier just to sit behind it. I think they have had a slight swing. You know, Plan B has been called into effect from Ferrer. Here comes Monkey Moon. Shot's not quite good enough. It's saved by Atto, and there's no one following up. So Team BDS, you know, they can't do the same themselves. They have to continue to try and squeeze this Karmine Corp roster, or else Atto's going to come back. I wondered if he still had a flip. He didn't. If he had, it could have been trouble.
I think it must have been right on the edge of his flip timer too. 1.5 seconds he's got to send it. Wasn't able to on that chance. 2 minutes now elapsed. That 1 goal for KC. Still the only one in this game. Atto, left-hand side, but lands awkwardly, so it gives Monkey Moon an opening to come in to shoot. high above the crossbar. Trusts Vatira for that challenge. Drali top corner. Atto again to save.
Yeah, it was good patience there from Karmine Corp. I think they were pretty comfortable. They had these saves. It looks scary when the ball slams at you. Same again there. Monkey Moon shoots. Drali's turn this time. You have to get rid of the ball eventually. You can't keep relying on these goal line clearances. Drali goes to the ceiling. A beautiful pre-jump there from Vatira. Monkey Moon, pass Rise. Atto's already there. Exotic. He gets it over and he wants to go to the ceiling. Can't quite do it. So instead it's plan B. It's the carrier missile. Drali's the player it falls to. But Vatira air dribbles away.
Halfway through the game, again, that one goal from earlier, the only to be scored. Drali with a reset in the midfield, but Atto reads him perfectly. Rises on target with 0 boost. Very little power can be generated, so Monkey Moon sends it to the corner. Again, low boost for Karmine Corp on these attacks. They're being starved before they even get into the orange half. A demo from Vatira. Atto's on the backboard. These are the angles that he lives for.
Yeah, but the pinch, the ball just wouldn't fall in time. He wanted a magnet just to drag it downwards in time, but not to be. Karmine Corp are going to have to go back and start all over again. Rise can't quite connect this time. It was a good prop towards him. BDS so close to going 2 down. Karmine Corp keep hold of this slender lead. Drali could change that. Monkey Moon could change that. Vatira, another save to add to the collection.
Exotic tries to go for a ceiling play, isn't able to, but look, the BDS pressure building yet again. Monkey Moon, relatively low on boost, pass off the ceiling, Exotic is there, everybody fakes, no problem! BDS, the benefactors!
BDS, suddenly the finish line comes charging towards them as Atto and Vatira of all people, the double miss, the BDS pressure was on, waiting behind, and the equalizer has indeed been found.
Minute and a half left for KC to put their stamp on this game and on the regional as a whole. A bump on Monkey Moon, unsuccessful. Vatira came in for the shot based on the fact that bump would be successful. Rise now challenging, Monkey Moon again a save.
Atto sends it forward. Desperation here from Karmine Corp. Do they stick or twist? Will they get a little bit scrappy or keep on playing the way we know they can?
It's a good pass middle from Vatira, but blocked out again by Drali. Rising able to get the shot to go in the back of the net. 0 boost for Atto again. Every chance that KC seem to have, they're burning their boost before then they get to the final step. Vatira has to now track back. Finds Atto on that right-hand side. Lovely pre-jump off the wall. Does find him. Exotic with an awkward one. Rise with a fake. I felt like that was going to be happening,
yeah,
but unlike earlier on, nobody was close enough to follow. Vatira from the ceiling, on the reset, on the shot. It's open, on the line, and the save!
Rise! He went for it! His teammate could have scored! He pulled rank erroneously! Now it's Team BDS! Will they use that to push? Is that the inspiration they need to claim this regional? Atto, he fakes out 2 of them. Drali and Exotic almost squeeze it into their own net. Vatira's left all alone. 15 seconds left now. Rise into the center. Vatira gets it past Exotic. Drali is up and he's taking it out of the game! It's gonna go into the back of the net! Maybe Game 7 approaches after all!
Karmine Corp let one go earlier. They're not going to let it happen again. Vatira locks on, removes the player. 7 seconds, and we've seen, as I say every time on these late winners, magic happen from these spots. A kickoff going very neutrally. Exotic takes it back into the corner. Rise there with 100 boost. Tracks back nicely. Drali central. Nobody there for it. Monkey Moon does keep it up. Drali gets a demo. It's relatively open. Drali there for it. Central just wide. No pass. It's going to come in for any other BDS player. And Cole, I don't know if you looked at the cameras during that late winner for Karmine Corp. They didn't shout, they didn't scream. Literally, Vatira put his hands up and did the gesture of whoa, 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 whoa. Guys, we're good. We can continue pushing through this. Game 7 for our second Open Qualifier champions.
Man, they're like Season 6 Cloud9. You know, these robotic sort of influences that they have to just completely stay cool, calm, and collected at all times. But I'll tell you what, Stumpy, at the end of that one, I wasn't cool, calm, and collected. That was a real chance for Team BDS. They couldn't quite get the touch that they needed. I hope we see it in this highlights package. It started off, you know, pretty simple for Rise. It didn't finish simple for them.
And tell you what, there's a goal also that comes in where every single person misses on the ball. It's on that one. I'm so excited to see that on first touch later. on Wednesday, which every single person should be tuning in for.
Oh, why is Rise shot there?
You've got to look at it. You've also got to analyse why Rise shot in that position. He could have gone more towards the centre of the goal, but he literally shot right above the players, and you see the devastation on Monkey Moon's face.
668 points.
They still have a chance. Every player on this pitch has a chance to make sure that they lift that proverbial Regional 2 trophy. BDS trying to get this win to near enough guarantee them in the major. And interestingly as well, Cole, Monkey Moon currently holding the lead for most amount of regional wins in Europe at 8. If Vatira wins here and Karmine Corp get that victory, he ties.
Well, Karmine Corp are sticking to their convictions. Straight away in Game 7, it's the fake kickoffs. They have caused chaos with those throughout this European weekend, and it's put them on the front for 18 seconds in. Rise almost over the top of Monkey Moon. What are these players thinking? Ferrer, the coach of Karmine Corp, going for what must be a long-since record-breaking regional victory. Whereas Team BDS, they want to be back in that conversation for Kings of EU.
Drali taking early swipes at any defender he can get his hands on. Vatira trying to go for Exotic, who completely puts the brakes on and stays out the way of that battering ram.
Exotic to the corner, but Rise is the only player who was reading that one. Drali steamed it ahead of Monkey Moon for the best because Monkey Moon was taken out. Maybe he sensed that his teammate was going to be taken out the earth there. Rise up against Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon gets the save though.
Minute elapsed and Monkey Moon now taking one touch over the top. Drali shies away from that chance. Actually, waits it out and then goes for a little bit of a better touch. 70 boost and Vatira then faking low. These pre-jumps from both sides. Burning boost with no touches on the ball. 15 boost, no dunk on target in favour of Rise there, but Karmine Corp and this deadly press finally abated by BDS.
Their BDS are looking about as comfortable as you could possibly expect against Karmine Corp, but it's never simple. Challenge is going to spoon into the ceiling. Exotic gets the flip reset. Can he get it over Atto? No, he didn't actually get the reset. Atto used all of his boost. Rise then gets the challenge. Drali from the side has to generate some angle to allow for a counter-attack for Team BDS. It's a little bit safety first right now from these guys.
I mean, nobody wants to be the first team to concede. Ultimately, it doesn't seem to matter, especially when Vatira takes a blinder of a shot on Exotic from nowhere, from the rafters, gets a save away.
Yeah, but look at the pressure continuing. Vatira asked the hardest question of all for Monkey Moon. Do you have this read? Atto, Drali meets him in the air. Now it's Monkey Moon winning it cleanly. We are seeing some clean BDS touches, but they're going nowhere. As for KC, they get pre-jumps, they get attacks, they're alley-ooping it themselves, but it's sent over, at least for now. Atto shoots again, and Monkey Moon saves.
Already on the side of Karmine Corp, racking up 4 shots, and those are the ones that are counted. There's been 3 or 4 more that have been set up for these shots and blocked out before they even apparate. Rise with 50 with Exotic, sends it central, and a little bit of calm starting to form here in the middle of game number 7.
Yeah, I feel like Karmine Corp will be a lot happier about that than Team BDS will. BDS need a little bit of chaos to unfurl. It's too clean right now. That's where Karmine Corp beat them. Exotic used almost all of his boost to get there, but does so much with it. An absolute boatload. It's gone high. Monkey Moon takes out the respawning Vatira. Charlie can't quite get that second touch. The BDS counter looks most dangerous for them, but has that been an overcommit?
It's open!
Back. No, there's not! One mistake too many!
We saw the composure in game number 6 from BDS, and then they send 2 players erroneously towards that ball. 3 minutes elapsed, only 1 goal gone in, and now Karmine Corp are allowing themselves to celebrate. Ferrer tells them, calm down, boys. Still 2 minutes remaining, and we've seen what the late game looks like between these 2 titans.
Oh, Charlie couldn't quite squeeze it in. Monkey Moon is way off target. Another chance for him. Rise now is up. You can't worry about it. You got to keep on going, Monkey Moon. You have to stay behind this ball. It could have been 1-1 straight away.
15 seconds elapsed since that goal, and it's been that BDS pressure coming through. Drali with a flick, but Vatira is well versed in that 1v1 play. Monkey Moon central. Drali will be there again. These bumps from BDS starting to look desperate, but that is exactly where you end up finding that they do land.
Karmine Corp covering their backboard time after time. It's just not a target for Team BDS. Monkey Moon now. He wants to get it over top of Atto. Can't do it. Exotic has to clean up for him. Time just beginning to fade away for Team BDS. Touches like that over Rise are going to be so important for them.
Minute 15 and a flick central sees Vatira leave that ball and Exotic pick it up. Stopped in the midfield by Atto, then has to block again. 2 players blocked from it. Rise, the only man to it. The double tap is there for him, but as is Drali.
Nerves of steel from the new man for Team BDS. More defending to come though. Monkey Moon over the top. Atto's coming in. Could kill it here, but Monkey Moon lands on the ball. Gets it towards Rise at least. Where's the defense gone? Left and right. In search of boost. Vatira shoots. Charlie saves again.
abating pressure, and Karmine Corp still can't get it through for their second goal. On target for Atto. Another save for Monkey Moon, but BDS need to work their magic and get it out of their own half.
Drali, up the wall. Here he comes. The mechanical man, the 1v1 master. He's the player Team BDS need here. Monkey Moon is trying to approach. 20 seconds separate Karmine Corp and perfection so far from Europe. That mistake might make things easier for them, but still they survive. Charlie's there. He has a clean chance for a dribble. 10 seconds, Stumpy. Exotic goes long. Can this bump come in? Oh, it's so close. Monkey Moon now. Exotic there. He bounces.
It's there!
Monkey Moon shoots and scores.
Late game heroics have been the absolute death of both teams in this series, and Monkey Moon gets it round Vatira. 2 seconds remain. Surely we see an overtime between these two titans on this kickoff. Ever so important. The right-hand side sees Rise go up high with boost, with a reset. Atto free jumps, spike to the ground. This is overtime for the tournament.
You gotta love it. Game 7 overtime in the grand finals. Vatira lines up a flip reset. Exotic should be able to block this one away, but KC start off the OT better.
10 seconds in, but look, it's already that KC pressure. Atto up high, just wants to get one touch in. That goes awkward for Monkey Moon. Doesn't need to make the touch. It ends up progressing down the pitch completely backwards. Rise, challenging versus Exotic. Left-hand side, Atto, awkwardly rotating around, gets one, gets two, but ends up falling back into the corner.
Lovely bump there, play from Atto. Monkey Moon is all alone there to clear this ball away. He tees up Exotic. Drali just waiting. Can he conjure anything up? He goes for it. Atto gets the block.
So we approach this first minute gone in the overtime. It's now BDS with pressure. Now Monkey Moon with a catch, with a dribble round. Sees a player central. Unfortunately for him, it's Atto. Exotic dribbling towards that back corner. Again, we're seeing a little bit of calm start to approach right before this storm hits full force.
As said before, though, Karmine Corp will be more than pleased with that. That's how they want this overtime to go. All calm and collected. Bit of chaos from BDS brewing, maybe. Exotic is up all alone. He goes for the shot, but Rise gets the save.
Rise now finding Atto. Central finds Rise. Only a 50 in the midfield with Drali. Monkey Moon with a lot of boost here, a lot of ambition to get yet another win underneath his belt. Drali challenges versus a single defender, but that single defender is Atto, and he's not letting it squeak through.
Drali's trying to get some bumps and demos on his way out, but instead, he just has to settle for the boost. Target hit, Vatira somehow stays tall.
Got slapped about in his own net and still stayed in the perfect position to save it away. Atto with a reset, tries to go low, but blocked out again by Monkey Moon. We approach 2 minutes. Vatira approaches the net, gets the bump, but Exotic with sheer determination can keep it out.
Nerves of titanium there to bait the bump, stay grounded, somehow get the save. BDS remain alive, but for how long? Vatira has Rise to his right. It's the age-old duo, and he almost squeaks it in. Monkey Moon approaches. He arrives at the near post. The continuous target. Atto! He gets the goal. Karmine Corp get their second open qualifier in a row.
Karmine Corp remaining unbeaten in main events, battling the greatest BDS that we have seen so far this season. But the Kings stay on top of Europe, and that is going to be the fifth RLCS the fifth RLCS win in any tournament for Karmine Corp.
When you suspect it's not going to be the last, Stumpy. Handshakes and congratulations come out between player and coach. There are 7 in a row for now.
Outrageous.
Rise and Vatira, they are back with a bang. And Atto, he has been brilliant for them.
It's outrageous that we have the quality of teams fighting at the top. And that's then when you don't even consider that Vitality aren't there, that Gentle Mates aren't there either. The Oxygen didn't make it up there. That was a Game 7 thriller, overtime, golden goal. What on earth? Well done to Karmine Corp, to every single person that went for Karmine Corp in the predictions all over the place, whether it's channel points, whether it is just in your hearts too. And BDS put on an incredible fight against, as we've been saying the entire time, the Titans of Europe.
It's the second time in a row that Team BDS have taken Karmine Corp to Game 7. The only team out there in Europe that seem anywhere near capable of doing that is Team BDS. They'll continue to get better, Stumpy. These guys are not going away.